Oh, hello there. So haven't actually been in my setup for a while. It's because it's currently being used for a different project. Might be coming later on. Not entirely sure about that. So in this video, I'm going to be pretty much just doing a little tutorial on how to kind of add a layer of cartoon onto a real image. So as you can see with this image, I did me and my sister both cartoonized. I keep wanting to say cartoonized for some reason. But you can see that this isn't clearly me in real life. I did mess up the eyes a bit with that one, but with my sister, this is actually pretty much exactly how she looks. So, I'm going to just kind of be showing you how to do that in steps. And, yeah. And so the picture I will be doing is this one, which is of me, just so I can kind of just get a basic model. Yeah, so, the first step that you really want to do is, outlining. So what I would like to usually do with mine is just take the just a regular size thing or whatever, regular size pen in the drawing thing, and then zoom in close, kind of get over, and you want the stabilizer to be slower or more. That way it moves slower, and you're able to get straighter lines. So I'm going to fully outline this, and then we'll be for step 2. Like, you don't want it to be like an exact outline, like all these hairs here. I'm just going to do kind of like just a little lip around, because it doesn't need to be exact. The whole point of cartoons is that they aren't the exact same. And see, like with the eyebrows, you kind of just want to go for a bit and then loop back around, because you don't want them to be, you don't want them to look huge, but you also don't want them to kind of take away from the image. So I've messed up in this drawing. What you're usually supposed to do is put a layer on top. That way you can kind of just, you can do it in a way so that so that if you need to change something and you need to erase it, you're not erasing the core image. So I'm just starting over, deleting this old one, and creating a new layer, because that's where I messed up last time. So, new layer, outline, next. And sometimes what I like to do is take the lower image and kind of turn it down a bit. That way you can see your distinct line that you're drawing, instead of the already dark parts of the original. So something to keep in mind during this process is that if you mess up like I sort of did here with the mouth, it might be good sometimes to just kind of leave it and go back once you have most of the core image done. That way you can instead go back and just fix it up a bit. Like, gosh, I just failed at this nose. But I can just erase it and then go back in and just try again. This is kind of a weird image because it's from a side point of view. If you're doing a side point of views, they can be a little bit more difficult regarding the nose area and, well, the mouth, the two parts I actually struggled with so far. And it can just be kind of irritating when you're sideways, or the camera was, and you have to get the nose in this weird kind of shape. Just that one, and because you're trying to do this thing that should look completely natural, but it almost never does. That's why you kind of just gotta go, and later on you can fix it. A huge portion of this drawing process is just going back and fixing it at a later point. Because otherwise, you aren't really learning from it, you're just kind of doing it, and then kind of being like, oh, that's how it always is. When it's really not. And so here's kind of the basis of my face. Without coloring, doesn't really look like the original picture. And this may not have been the best picture to start out with doing this, but I can show you a finished product at the end of a different picture. And your drawing doesn't have to be exact to the source image. It's gotta be, the similar shape. But like how I'm doing here, where you can see like these lines here, it's not exact, and that's fine. And see, even here, just like this, it's already sort of starting to look like me. Just in when you add the hat and the hair, it starts to look quite a bit better. So now what I'm wanting to do is gonna have to do the shirt and the rest of the body, because that kind of just helps the look, because that will make it mean that you are cartoonizing the body, or just the person, and not just their head. Okay, so now that we're done with the actual tracing part... Oh, wait, never mind, no we're not. Okay, so now that we're done with the tracing part, I'm going to just turn off the back layer real quick just to see how it looks. And that's a pretty good drawing for the most part. So now what we're going to try to do is we're going to do a part color match. So with the hat, let's start out with, I'm going to use this tool, and I'm going to use this just to grab the right color. And that, let's not do that, but if you turn stuff off, then you can start to get your colors exactly how you want it. So with this one, get the hat, and boom, my hat looks exactly like it did in the original picture. So, we got that front part done, and then we can do that. And then we can get the back part, so that it looks like there's a difference. My hair is pretty close to black, probably there. So I'm just gonna do. Sometimes with these lines, especially, you have to get like exactly right, or else it will just color like a full face. Oh, looks like there is a part I missed on the face. And we just got a basic ear shape there, so we can do that. What I would like to do is just take this, grab my skin tone, and then we can take it in here. And actually, what might be good is just doing that, go back out, doing that, and just kind of coloring it in places, in certain spots. See, like that, that one didn't work. But with these certain spots, like here, there, and now it looks like, well, my face, but cartooned and color grade. So here we're just gonna turn this layer off, go here, do that, and then go back, do that. And you just kind of want to fill in these spots that aren't exactly right. And so like with this one, I want to go brighter for this shine. So I take it and just kind of try to make it a little lighter. And so right between these two, I can see that there's like a little gap right between there that will be perfect for this area. This picture, of course, has a filter on it, and so I look a little bit more orangey, which isn't awful for certain drawings. Do that. Then I'll go a little darker. So. And that matches up pretty well. So now that we're done with that part, now we want to open up back the other picture and So for these patterns, a lot of the time, for like the pattern shirts and everything, I will, what I'll do is, I'll just pick a single color to do, and then just jump off that point. So here's the original image, and here, let's just submit this real quick. And here, let's make this a little nicer little presentation.